Without further ado, Darius, you want to kick us off here?
Let's do it. So I've been working with Paige and Lynn directly for years now, right? I mean, you guys have been a big part of our community effort, a big part of trying to reach out to people beyond our team here, and it's been a wonderful experience. You guys have helped us develop features, build the platform, communicate with our users. And like I said, it's just been a tremendous experience for both us personally and a company. It's been awesome. And we wanted to provide this training today, this webinar, because we know that what Paige and Lynn have to offer here is just so extremely valuable to not only the Dubb platform, but to you as a business owner, as a professional. The combination of the information that they can provide along with the tools here is going to be invaluable. And we wanted to be able to share their training and their information with as many people as possible, because we know when it gets in front of people, they're going to be able to really take action and make massive movement this year. I don't have a whole bunch more to say, but what I'd like to do is pass the floor over to Paige and Lynn. They're going to be our presenters today. Let's go ahead and kick it off. That's all I got.
And then I would recommend, if there's anyone here that does not yet have a free Dubb account, just go and sign up for the free trial. There's no credit card required. You'll have a lot more context if you have access to your account. It takes about 60 seconds to do. So consider doing that, now, dubb.com/register, create a quick account, create your team, and then that way you can just sort of level playing ground.
Awesome. Yo, thank you. Wow. I want to also start by saying how grateful I am that I've been a software junkie since about age 11, before the internet existed. And when I found out what you guys were doing with Dubb, not even 2 years ago, I jumped on immediately. And it's just been beautiful to be a part of this community. And I feel so grateful for you, Darius, for you, Ruben, for your entire team at Dubb. It's really completely changed my life and my business. And I'm super honored to be here alongside Lynn as well.
Absolutely. So thrilled to be here. And we have a lot to get to today that is just, a huge value. I know because I was the person in your seat, right? And I put this stuff to work, and with the support of all three of you. So I'm so excited to show this information to people today. Let's dive in.
Let's do it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Well, this is in partnership with Dubb, so we're super honored for you guys to be here. We should have Darius and Ruben, if you can kind of picture them behind us in this photo, then you'll get the full effect for what we're doing right here. And these guys always look good with pink in the background. So I'm grateful. This is about growing your sales with many video funnels. It's a formula for filling your sales pipeline with ease. And if you stick around on this call, you will walk away with new ideas for your business. So like Ruben said, if you can turn off notifications for a moment and actually pay attention, I talk very, very fast. So if you keep up, I promise you'll have really good nuggets that you can take with you, because ultimately, like Ruben said, we're on a mission to help as many business owners grow their sales as possible. Put a 1 in the chat if you're here and you would love more sales, which is probably everybody. And we're going to do so without complicated tech or being salesy. Right on, you guys. I like the participation already. So Lynn, let's kick right into even more.
So what describes your use of video today? So put an A if you record videos sometimes, but you're kind of inconsistent. B, if you record videos often, but you're not making sales from doing it. And C, you're not recording, but you need to for your business. A, knowing what to say, you're nervous on camera. That's a really common one. B, the technology of recording and sharing, like the tech question. I don't know how to do this. Is it C, you think it's just too time consuming, or D, actually hitting record? Which is it? All right, so here's a big question. Do you have automations to follow up with people? So we all know, we've heard that old saying, the fortune's in the follow-up, right? And it gets magical, doesn't it, when the follow-up gets easier. So really interesting to see. Like Russ, A-. That's good. All righty.
That's great. Well, you're in the right place. We're going to talk about this, and let's get kicking in.
Yeah, so I wonder if any of this rings a bell with you guys. Do you feel stuck, like you're trying to create this fancy website or this sales funnel? Are you not sure what to say on camera? Are you telling yourself, I need a new camera, or I need a new mic, or I don't have the right lights, or whatever, the equipment's got you stuck? Maybe you're even putting videos out there, but they're not converting. And you need video, but you're just not doing it, right? That's what we're talking about with these questions. And here's what I want you to know. I already know you're in the right place, but how do we know, how do you know you're in the right place, right? If any of that, Paige, take us, how do these people know they've landed in the right spot?
Yeah, and let me say this again, super honored to have you here. There's 146
Yes.
people on live right now, and if you're catching the replay on this, it's even cooler. And I'm honored you guys are here and participating. So put a yes in the chat if any of these apply to you. You're a relationship-driven business owner, coach, consultant, real estate agent, you're a freelancer, you're an agency owner, you really care about your clients and you have to really know them in order to provide a good service. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. So that's how I know you're in the right place. And we're excited to take you further in your understanding of all of this. And if you're somebody who's making sales sporadically, but you really need a system in place, then you're in the right place. And if you're ready to create automations, finally, you've been thinking about the fact that you need follow-up for years, but you just simply haven't done it. And also, if you're someone who values simplicity, because I'm going to show you both how we discovered that there's a complicated way of doing things, and then there's a very simple way of doing things. So type simple in the chat if you're like, yes, I like some simplicity. So the goals for today, again, please pay attention. I will be talking very fast. You're welcome to put in the chat if you need me to slow down, and I will try my best, but really I'm here to go for it. And if you're paying attention, hopefully this will keep your attention that we're going through these components. But I promise you, you'll walk away with some golden nuggets if you just pay attention. So number one, we're going to talk about the mini video formula for fast and simple sales. When we discovered Dubb, I really read it that it was a video outreach platform. It is a mini video funnel building machine, and we're super excited to express what that means so you can start to reframe that and use it for yourself. Number two, we're going to talk about what to actually say on video to generate sales. And number three, the big three automations you need to scale your efforts. And this is for you if you're ready to hit those 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K months. There are a lot of people on the internet talking about how you need paid traffic. This is all done entirely without paid ads, and we're super excited to get going. So what you're going to see in this presentation, if you give it your full attention, is why video is the best way to grow your email list and get sales. Yes, email is very, very important to the equation behind this. How the technology has never been easier than ever before. We're super grateful for Dubb for creating the platform that they have. We're going to show you how to generate your next $10,000 with more ease, including what to say on camera and showing you the folks who have done it time and time again with this process. We're going to show you how to 3 to 10x industry standard click-through rates. If you're afraid that people aren't reading your emails or clicking your emails, video will solve that and we'll show you. And then we're going to show you how to automate the important follow-ups for a 6-figure process and how all of this gets to be simple, right? That's what we talked about. And we understand completely that this sounds like nuts. Like, are you actually going to be able to teach these things in a very short amount of time? Yes, we are. And not only that, a lot of this is about shifting your beliefs in what is possible. So by the end of this masterclass, you'll be telling us that this is not only reasonable, but it's doable, and you're ready to hit record after this call. A lot of being in the energy we have right now live on the call is taking this energy and creating momentum for your sales. Cool. I'm seeing in the chat, can you talk about how this might shift for B2B enterprise instead of B2C for small biz? We do have corporate consultants, which I'll actually discuss here in just a moment. Thank you, Troy, for queuing that up for us. So the goal here is simple and profitable, and we've had dozens of clients come through this program and getting out of their own way to hit record in a very authentic way and use it as funnels instead of just one-off videos. They're creating assets for their business and they're getting incredible results. So this is David here. He left his corporate job after 20 years to become his own boss and started actually in working with Lynn and I right away. And he said, what do I need to create? What infrastructure? And we got him set up on this system. He's now booking calls on his calendar using video outreach, and he's on track for 12K recurring monthly income. He also just landed a partnership with the Chamber of Commerce so that he can tap into other business organizations. And he says he would not been able to have done this without building that skill set of showing up on video. So that's David. Ashley.
Yeah, David is 100% B2B Paige, which
Yes.
is coming up in the chat several times. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, David is B2B. Ashley here is actually both B2B and B2C. She has wholesale clients. Ashley runs an online store. Implementing these video funnels increased her sales by 423% in the first 90 days. She called it, this is her quote, automated money-making machine. And using video right now, what she's doing is she's building a community of loyal repeat customers that want to buy from her time and time again, because they really feel like they know her and the story behind the brand. So what she's doing is she's using the trust building mini video funnels that we talk about in addition to her Shopify storefront. And it's just, I'm so excited to get into this and how this can work for you. So if you stick to the end, we have some extra special bonuses. You'll be getting our attendance bonuses. The first one of which is the video outreach resource guide. In that guide, when you download it, you can actually click to get your Dubb free trial that Ruben mentioned. And it has step-by-step quick startup training so you don't miss a beat and you have your account set up. You could actually send out your first video within just maybe 30 minutes to an hour right after setting up your account. You'd be good to go. You'd actually be looking like a pro, like a lot of our clients do. We also have the video story arc cheat sheet. That's going to make a lot more sense here in just a minute, but stick around to the end and everybody here on the call is going to be getting these bonuses completely free. In case you don't know me, my name is Paige Battcher. I'm a marketing consultant. I founded my company, Kismet Ideas. Kismet means fate or destiny. I founded this in 2013. And I've also done some television hosting. I have a real passion for travel as a Fulbright alumni ambassador. I taught in English. I've got 2 master's degrees, graduated from USC, fight on, and I am dedicated to helping people live the life they want. And for me, that includes world travel. I'm born and raised in Kentucky, but I consider myself a world citizen. I'm incredibly excited to be here. And I'll turn it over to Lynn for just a quick introduction.
Hey everybody, Lynn Schussler-Williams here, and I am so excited to be here and be here with my good friend Paige Battcher, because she is an amazing leader and teacher, and you know, you can see all my credentials here: 20 plus years in sales and sales training, 9 years of my own sales coaching business. I wrote a personal development book called 9 Little Words to Change Your Results. I'm a certified transformational coach, and I have a master's degree from the University of Louisville in business. So all of that to say, I'm so glad that one day I went to a networking event that I didn't want to go to, and there was Paige Battcher talking about how to grow your sales with video. That's how I landed here, and I'm super excited to be here and co-coach with Paige in this program. And I can't wait to see how excited all of you get about what we're about to show you.
Yes. So this is kind of the evolution of where it started. I was designing website after website after website. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever hired a freelancer or web designer to put together websites or funnels for you on your behalf. I'm seeing some ones come in already. So That's what we were doing, right? And we started getting a lot of really beautiful wins for clients, including an $86,000 first launch of a training program for Believe Investment Group, teaching people how to fix and flip homes. Best thing that came out of that was they actually took an entire family out of borderline, very, very low income, all working at Walmart, into, turning out $10,000 checks on their fix and flips. So for me, it's about the ripple effect, which includes the next big win, 100K of donations within 2 weeks of our launch of crowdsourced functionality on the Yacht Aid Global website. We got national brand recognition for the Trifecta Gala. If anybody's an Usher fan, they got that attention and had Usher come and perform at their event. And we did a $21,000 week of sales for the Reset with Miranda. So all of that was going really, really well. What I was having people come to me was asking for these really complex builds and then not making any revenue. And I thought, well, what gives? What's the big deal here? And I realized that it's when committing to mini video funnels, that's when it can change it all. And I'm not saying that it replaces the fancier stuff. I'm saying it builds massive momentum. And in some cases, it may be the thing you need right now. So I had tried it all, 17 different business models. I had invested $45,000 additionally into my education after grad school at USC, getting multiple master's degrees. And I did that in my online business education, and I started to see this trend. I started to see that I was getting client wins, but in a lot of cases, it was unnecessarily complicated. And so was the information I was trying to follow, right? Put a yes in the chat if you've ever been a part of a program where you're like, whoa, this is crazy complex. And by the time you get done, you've spun your wheels so hard that you don't actually have the results that you were looking for. That was me. And I kept blaming myself. Oh my gosh, I'm not good at, I'm not working hard. And I knew deep down I was doing everything that I was meant to do. But it was complex because it was at a system that I was not ready for. It was about a mile ahead of me when what I really needed was sales and momentum. So I started thinking, how can I just get clients to have sales? Because what we were doing was we had a 32-step funnel building checklist. It took 3 to 6 weeks to build out these funnels. It looks something like this. Like,
Paige, that just makes me tired looking at that checklist.
Does it make anybody else tired? It made me
tired in the chat. If that checklist just makes you kind of want to take a nap or run screening from the building, right?
Yeah, that's how we felt, honestly, too. Because in some cases you saw the client wins we would have, in other cases there was a huge component missing, and that's the component we're talking about right now. Because meanwhile, in the background, to grow sales for my agency, to get web design clients, I was using a simplicity. I was using simplicity all the way. I was using Dubb to close over 114,000 in sales last year using video outreach. And that was just our web design work. It doesn't include any of the other stuff we were working on. So put a yes in the chat if you like simple and you want to fill up your client roster and you want to do it in a way that actually connects with people and builds trust and does it faster without all the complexity. Sweet. Good. I'm glad, you guys, that I'm seeing this, because it tells me that I'm in a place of service right now and that I can help you. And that's what Lynn and I are here to do, really full out. We just want to help as many people we can. So this is simple. This is a view of what it can look like. It starts with video. It really actually through and through the entire process has video in it. And it connects with people in a way that actually gets them to take that next step with us all the way to the sale. And I'm going to get into a little bit more detail so you can see how this looks. But I thought, would this work for affiliate offers? Anybody here selling affiliate things? So I filmed a 10-minute video. You're seeing a screenshot of it right here. I'm wearing no makeup. We have pillows stacked on the bed behind me. There's nothing perfect about it, but you know what I did? I told a 10-minute story that was so imperfectly authentic that it resulted in 5K affiliate sales in 1 week, organically, no paid ads, and over 43,000 in the last 12 months. I did a double take looking at how much money has come in completely off of affiliate sales based on this video alone without any ad spend, right? Thank you. I see Larry saying, wow. Xavier says affiliate all day long. Yes. Patricia says, that's awesome. Yeah, I love it. For me, it's that other stream of revenue that's really important for me. And so then I thought, well, I love teaching. I've got 5 years teaching background, including what I did in Thailand. And so can this work for a coaching or a consulting offer? Can I actually use video outreach to go out there and help more people in groups? And so I spent 2 hours, you guys, picture this, sitting down for 2 hours, recording videos. Look, I'm wearing the same outfit. I'm waving at all of them, and they're each 2 different people. That generated $3,500 in sales just by doing that. Would you spend, put a yes in the chat, if you would spend 2 hours to make $3,500? And what that actually then propelled us into was a $12,000 initial launch. We've since, back in December, done a $20,000 launch. It's all on the premise of video story selling. And that's what we are here to talk about today, and how to actually look at it as a system, because in reality, MIDI video funnels changed everything for me, and it is now changing everything for the clients that we work with. Sure, we will build the complicated funnels, but alongside that, I have each and every one of our clients building trust faster than anything that long form copy could do, or the perfect, conversion framework or shiny new object. I have them recording videos, and that is what increases things. So I found myself very simply doing 20K months with 0 ad spend, and I want that for you. Some of you guys might be at a higher place. And if you are, I would ask, if you don't have these videos integrated through your system yet, are you open to it? Because when you do, it will increase those sales. And so I went from 3 to 6 weeks and a 32-point checklist. Do you guys remember that checklist that makes Lynn and I tired? Down to 5 minutes. I hand sketch my idea, and 15 minutes or less, I have a funnel built. Who would like that? Like that to me, oh, I still get chills. The whole framework of what they've built here to make this possible is absolutely mind-blowing. And this did not exist a couple of short years ago.
So here's what we want to ask you. Will you commit to simple sales with mini video funnels? So will you commit to simple? Let's just start there. Put simple in the chat if you'll commit to simple, right? Would it be okay with you? One of my favorite personal development authors asks, if life got easier, right? Would it be okay with you if sales got easier? I ask my clients all the time. So yes, 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 yes. Lots of yeses, maybe. Okay, that's all right. Simple and easy. Yes, yes, yes. Simple is good. Awesome. Well, this is something I want you all to really take in. Video content will account for more than 82% of all internet traffic by 2022, which we're here. We're there. And this was Cisco, one of the top, biggest tech companies in the world, published this just a couple of months ago. Video will account for more than 82% of all consumer internet consumption on the traffic. So what does that tell you? It tells you that video consumption is growing, that you have to have some out there in the right place, in the right way. And this increase has grown 15 times in the last 5 years. So, and it's not stopping, right? This is, here we go. Buckle up. So without video, you're going to lose out on a majority of the online traffic you might reach. And remember that Paige said, we're not talking about teaching you to spend tens of thousands of dollars on ads this year. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about using video and not missing out on this traffic that's available to you on the internet.
Great. Awesome. So number one, the mini video funnel for fast and simple sales, right? You guys are thinking, I know, I get it. It gets to be simple, but you really need to acknowledge some of the biggest mistakes you're holding on to. You're thinking that you need a complicated funnel. You're thinking you need to spend all your time building a website that gets zero traffic, AKA people and human beings there. And so you've got crickets, or you're putting out videos that don't have a clear call to action. And put guilty in the chat if you're guilty of any of these mistakes. And there's no judgment at all. I just really, if we can't recognize where we've come from and why we're struggling to get the sales that we want, then how are we going to move forward? So that number one principle is using mini video funnels, not that 32-point checklist I talked about. We're talking about 2 to 4 landing pages linked together to take people through a value add trust building process. A lot of you guys already know what a funnel is, so I'm just going to kick it into, again, like a very simple definition. Your goals here are to get people to express interest by becoming a lead, right? And then effectively becoming a client, okay? So let's look at it this way, right? You have to start with audience. You have to start with people. There is no silver bullet to making it online in your business and generating sales if you don't have an audience of some kind. This can be any of the social media channels. It could be a current existing email list or an email list that you borrow from a joint venture partner. It can be in-person events. Yes, those still do happen. Or you look at the traditional media such as TV, radio, magazines, newspaper, etc., right? But you have to have an audience. Think about it like turning the open sign on. If you had a business that was down on 123 Main Street, you'd have to turn the lights on and flip the open sign over for people to know that you're in business. If you're not doing that online, nobody has any idea that you're in business. So that should be simple. Where we're going to send them is to a simple mini video funnel. This is what it breaks down as. Landing page number 1 has your logo on the top, a story-based video that adds value right there, a call to action button. This is what people miss most of the time by trying to show up frantically like Gary Vaynerchuk on social media. Put a guilty in the chat if you're guilty of showing up on social media endlessly, but not generating any sales. It's because you're not using an actual funnel. You're going to want your signature there and an opt-in form to grow your email list and have people express interest. that will redirect them to landing page number 2, which is where you'll deliver even more value, okay? And then you will click a button, right? That is where people can take that next call to action step, whether that's booking time on your calendar or watching a demo or applying for a free audit. However your sales process is set up, I'm just really showing you how simple it gets to be. Yeah. And I see Tracy writing, LOL, Gary V's marketing team is huge. It's hard to beat. Right. So we're about creating simple momentum for you to hit those sales months that you're looking for. All of this will trigger people to be added to your email list automatically. You know, who here is growing an email list or knows that an email list is one of your best assets in your business? Write email in the chat because it is still very, very important. This will kick off a series of, that's that automated follow-up we talked about. Those can be emails. They could be physical mail. They could be text messages, right? So I'm seeing a lot of email in the chat. People are knowing that. Here's the mind-blowing, beautiful thing. And a lot of you guys said that you have Dubb accounts already. I want this to sink in. These landing pages are created instantly. I feel like I need a crowd cheering behind me. If you guys can cheer for me in the chat, then this is insanely amazing, you guys. Instant landing pages that we can link together that become a funnel of 2 to 4 steps. Super, super simple. Patricia, thank you. So she's cheering. And wow. So this system, the software, what these guys have created out of their genius, creates instant landing pages. And if you're not viewing it as a funnel, then you're kind of missing part of the point. And so you can embed your calendars. You can collect payments. I hope you guys are keeping up. You can put in forms and registrations for events and opt-in opportunities to share value, right? And so much more, okay? And the truth here behind this, remember we talked about the biggest mistakes. The truth of why many video funnels work is because you get the speed of implementation, and that creates profit and momentum. How many times, like put slow in the chat if you've been slow to actually implement an idea. And this has sped up so many of our clients. We had one woman who created so much magic out of the speed of implementation of creating these mini video funnels that she was closing sales during our calls together. She'd go, oh wait, this was Tammy. She'd go, excuse me, I gotta step away. I'm just taking a phone call to close another sale, because she wasn't waiting around or handcuffed to hiring other people or fumbling around in something that was complicated, and it's for a later stage in her business. Lynn, take it away with kind of your impression of what happened with this speed of implementation.
Absolutely. So I mentioned earlier that I went to a networking event I didn't want to go to and met Paige and got introduced to Dubb, and it changed everything for me. I had had so much resistance to building a coaching business online before that because I looked at that checklist and thought, not me, no way, I'm doing that. I was wasting time building website after website and not happy with any of them. And taking massive imperfect action through Dubb and learning to build these funnels changed everything for me. So $10,000 in sales in the first few weeks. I didn't wait until I had learned it all. I just started doing, because that was the power of how we approach this. And in just a little over a year, there are over 1,300 videos in my Dubb account with well over 4,000 call to action clicks and tens of thousands of views. Yeah.
Yes. Lynn, doing it. Yes. And we hear this time and time again. We've got other testimonials to show you that they are just able to take action. So does it replace everything that's complicated and more advanced? No, but this will create the momentum. If you're looking to get those sales, then you're going to be good to go. I see some questions coming in, some hands being raised. If you'll just hold on to those, we're going to come back around and do Q&A. So let's jump into number 2. Number 2 is, well, what to actually say on video to generate sales. You saw my hand sketch of how simple a mini video funnel gets to be. And that's one of the things I showed Lynn and everybody that we work together with. We sketch it and we say, well, what is important and imperative to your sales process? Let's draw it. Page number 1, page number 2, here's what that video say. Here's what this video is going to do. It gets to become easy, but then you might be asking yourself, well, what do I actually say in these videos in order to generate sales, right? And here's your biggest mistake. Put guilty in the chat if you've ever thought any of these things. You think you need a perfect script, right? You're trying to have confidence instead of actually being yourself and evolving in the process. Maybe you're looking for the perfect script from other people that tell you it's the #1 conversion script on the planet, and you try and say those words word for word, but you feel weird. You don't feel yourself, and it's not resulting in any sales, right? Thank you guys. I'm seeing guilty as charged. Yeah, I love that. Or you're not making clear offers. We've all been guilty of this. You get to the end of an amazing, magical, conversational type video, and then you just don't make a clear offer, okay? Or you're not telling stories. You're just showing up going, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, check this out, this is cool, get this widget. And you're not actually telling any stories. And reality is that stories sell and facts just tell. And so that's what we're covering right here, right now. What do you actually say on video? Well, these are the 4 major story types. Again, we like simple, so 4 types. Number 1, shared legacy stories. These are stories of how you got to where you are, why you're offering what you're offering, why your service came about the way it has, what your brand is all about. Okay, those are your legacy story. Why are they shared? Because you're on this planet to create a legacy. Like, type legacy in the chat if you're like, yes, I'm here to do some good. I'm here to put a dent in the world. I don't want to just live and die in this existence we have on this planet without actually helping people and leaving my mark, right? Like, I get fired up. I get fired up because that is exactly who I'm talking to. And if you're not that person, then you probably aren't feeling it. And so that's why it's shared. Because every time I stand up here, like, the ability for Darius and Ruben to say, yes, you and Lynn can go on and talk to our folks, that is a shared legacy. I'm here to leave an impact in your life so that you can go help more people, ripple effect. Those are the kinds of stories that you can tell. Type number 2, offer stories and offer assets. These include presentations. These include mini trainings. These include webinars. These include anything that actually clearly express your offer. Really ask yourself if you have video assets in place right now that help people understand through and through what your offer is all about. And if you don't, chances are you're missing that type of a story. Story type number 3 are case studies and testimonials. Very simply put, if you can tell a case study about the results that your clients have gotten, or results that people in the world are getting based on your methodology and your framework or what you have to offer. And you can get testimonials from those clients and things that they've done with what you've showed them, taught them, delivered to them, etc. Type number 4 are allegory stories. These are probably one of the most overlooked that are super fun. I want you to think about things that seemingly don't relate, that you can tie back to a meaning or a purpose and then make a strong and clear call to action. Examples would include things from pop culture, music lyrics, books, something that happened to you in the Trader Joe's parking lot, or if you don't know Trader Joe's, I guess grocery store parking lot, something that happened to you last week, a travel story that happened to you years ago, a moral, a fable, you get it. My point is that there are so many stories to tell that will entertain, because all business is show business, and you can connect those back to your offer. And we have a beautiful approach for how to make this happen. So if you're taking notes at all, which I highly recommend, this might be that time where you'd want to start taking some notes. This is the Kismet Story Arc. It is not 100 exclusively % out of my brain. This is my take on what has been passed down from generations upon generations of brilliant direct marketers and storytellers, the best of the best in our time. And I've not only invested, but I've studied with them every step of the way. And this is that story arc, but made even more simple, in my opinion. So you're going to kick off the story. If you've heard hook before, you're going to capture their attention right away. You're going to ask a question, something interesting, and you really want to be entertaining. I also write down that you want to remember to move for the animated GIF. What Dubb creates naturally in the first 3 seconds of the video, and yes, you can adjust it, is an animated GIF. And so when you want to pop out and you want to stand out in somebody's inbox, that's when you want to be moving in that beginning to capture their attention, capture their hearts, ask a beautiful, powerful question. So put kickoff in the chat if that resonated with you. That makes sense. This is like the most simple 101 hook story offer kind of thing, right? Kick it off. Kick it off, Troy. Yes. I love that. Perfect. So I'm seeing kickoff in the chat. Number 2 here is inception. This is the beginning moment of the story as it relates to your offer. You're not telling one story. We're not putting all of our eggs into one story basket. You're going to be telling multiple stories, but where is the most logical starting point of the story as it relates to the offer you're about to make at the end of this story? You're going to set the stage. You're going to use feelings. You're going to describe the context quickly, right? I could tell you that I learned about Dubb and many video funnels and figured out how to make it work, or I can actually take you into an inception experience where I say something like, and this really did happen, I promise you. I was on a train in London on my phone, coordinating work with my team on my smartphone, right? And that was the moment when it clicked for me, right? Like you guys already feel like you're in the beginning, the inception point of a story. The next part here, so put inception in the chat if that made sense. The next part here is to talk about your small wins, okay? And you can talk about the small wins, the initial success that you've had. You want to be energized and describe the feelings, the flavors, the sights, and the sounds and scenarios. You guys already know this, but here's where most people get it wrong. Most people tell a story and they go, well, yep, I started making money and then it was all smooth sailing. Everything was amazing. Or if you're a real estate agent, you're just like, yep, all we got to do is put that perfect offer down and then everything is perfect. And what is happening here, if we don't actually take this little dip with people in a story, is that we're not actually building trust. We're just painting these rosy colored images of what like the perfect success would look like. And that's not how life works, right? Like put a yes in the chat if you've ever gone through a challenge, a speed bump, or as we like to call them, missteps. There are always challenges in life. There are always realizations along the way. And this is where you want to take that time to be vulnerable, because that's what connects us as human beings. This is your opportunity as well to ask more questions and engage your prospect in this story. It's not always hunky-dory, right? And it's through these challenges and these missteps that we can move into elevation. We can talk about those bigger wins. Now they trust us, now they believe us, because life isn't perfect, and we get to bring them into an elevated place of success and possibility. This is where you get to humbly brag, you get to be confident, and you get to talk about how you can help them achieve the same results. This will work for you if you're selling a service or you're selling a product. These story frameworks are as old as time themselves. And if you're missing this, that's why you think that your videos aren't converting. The last part of this is the transformation. This is where you invite them to join you on the transformation, and you are really honest about how you can help people. It doesn't have to be salesy. It doesn't have to be over the top. You get to make an offer with the same coolness you started the video with. So you'll notice that kickoff and transformation are kind of on even keel. Why? Because you don't want to get to the point where you're like, this is the greatest thing of all time, and if you join it right now, then you're going to absolutely make $1 million, right? Like some people can get away with that. But if it's not your actual personality style, you want to be cool and calm and collected. You're not in an urgent, crazy state of mind of like, you have to buy this thing right now or I don't breathe oxygen, right? Your goal is to say, I have something to help you. Would you like to take that next step, right? And then I often say the best thing to do is to literally point below. I don't know if you guys can see me too, or only my slides, but like point below and say, click that next button. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen next. And we'll talk to you soon. And that is how you can make an offer at the end of this video, cool, calm, and collected. So I hope this helps you guys. Put a story in the chat, the word story, if you like feel like you've got something out of this story arc. I'm seeing a lot of, is there going to be a replay? I do believe there will be a replay.
There will be a replay sent, everyone. And I hope you guys took notes here or watched the replay. Everyone's registered. You'll get the replay. There's a ton of value here. If your videos are not performing, you haven't recorded them yet, guys, just take the notes and watch this part again.
Cool. I love it. So repeat after me. All you need are bullet points and a desire to serve. All you need are bullet points and a desire to serve. Dubb has an amazing teleprompter feature, and we can go over features in the Q&A at the end of this call, but all you need are bullet points and a desire to serve, and it doesn't have to be hard. So the truth of what to actually say on videos is that with a framework and being yourself and a story arc, you can build confidence with imperfect action, okay? You don't actually have to be confident before you show up on video, because the more you do it, the more confident you become. And I want to remind all of us, I think, Lynn, you do too. What we've seen since 2020, the reason why video is increasing so much is because we all feel actually isolated in our homes.
Absolutely. You know, I can't say it enough that how important it is for us to feel like we're really connecting with people. And one of the things that Dubb has allowed us to do over the last couple of years, more than ever, is still feel like we have that human connection, still feel like we're able to see people and know people. One of our clients said recently to us that, people click because now they've heard me, they've seen me, and they feel like they know me. I also want to tell this story about Michelle, Michelle did not have a website. She looked at who she wanted to serve. She chose just a handful of YouTubers that were her dream clients. She had this vision of what she could do with them. She sent personalized videos to them, and in just the first little bit landed a $31,000 client. So when we say we like to keep it simple, we like to take massive imperfect action, like this is the poster child for that, right? Just right off, there it is.
Cool. So the biggest mistake, we're going to go to number 3, and I'm going to go pretty quickly through this. Number 3, right? We've talked about mini video funnels and the functionality of how that has become more simple than ever before. Number 2, what to say on camera using the story arc framework. And we've got a couple more things up our sleeves to help you with that as well. Number 3 is the big 3 automations you need to scale your efforts. And here are the biggest mistakes. So put guilty in the chat if you are not building a list, or you've spent years not building a list and you're finally wanting to put effort into it. That is a big mistake. We put way too much stock into how hard or challenging it's going to be, and we just don't do the darn thing. Put a guilty in the chat if you're just simply not automating any of the follow-up. Everything is completely manual. Or if you're overcomplicating the entire premise of it to try and get the perfect template. So you're like, oh, well, it's got to do this, and then it's got to split test at this, and then it's got to have these compounding, complex little algorithm thing. Peter says on parole. I love this. Yeah, yes, manual. Larry, yes, exactly. Right? We're all guilty of this. On average, people need 6 to 12 touch points before making a buying decision, sometimes many more depending on the industry and the level of familiarity and the stakes. This is from Harvard Business Review.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I just heard Tony Robbins say it's not 6 to 12 anymore, right? It's more like 16 touch points in this day and age with communications the way it is and the world we live in. So, yeah, we got to have a lot of touch points before, right? That's what the prevailing wisdom says.
Perfect. So let's talk about how to make it simple, right? And really more so than this. Some of you guys are not doing it because you feel like you're going to bother or burden somebody. Does that sound familiar? But have you ever felt grateful when somebody followed up with you as you did your best to juggle it all the notifications, all the things, all the time? You actually really did want to take the next step with somebody, and they followed up with you and you were like, whew, yes, right? And so imagine if in your business you were able to do this for people and they're grateful for it, and it gets to be very, very easy. So let me take you back out to the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that through a combination of personalized one-on-one outreach, which you saw Michelle did and landed a 31K client, it's fast, it's incredibly effective, it's authentic. You can build a lot of momentum doing that. Then we move into this yellow text here that says one-to-many outreach and automated nurturing. These are also called drip campaigns. They're called a bunch of different things. And that's the automated portion of that. The red arrow says, don't complicate things until you get good. It's simple. Those are the advanced automated systems that I was talking about. There is a time and a place for them. They should be integrated when you're ready. And so these are the big 3 automations. If you write these down, I think it'll be really helpful for you moving forward. You're going to want a prospecting way to prospect people that maybe has a combination of both manual and completely automated follow-up. You're going to want a way to onboard new clients. A lot of people overlook this. They get the check, they collect the money, and then they forget to create a series of onboarding experiences that both delight and set expectations and help move the client through the actual process of being your new customer. This goes for physical goods as well as services. And then next boarding, which would include requests for referrals, testimonial requests, and moving them into any other service or product that you have for them that is next. Creating a series of follow-ups for those automations. And again, all of it comes down to simple. Like, I'm just going to oversimplify this. What you do is you add a tag to the contact, you send a message, you wait, you send another one, you wait, you send another one. If you've been trying to confuse it and make it way too overcomplicated, you don't need to do that until you're up to like, you know, seven figure, you're doing $100,000 months and you're like, I need some more complexities in this because I've got 25 different automations running at one time. If you're not there yet, start with simple. And this is how simple it gets to be, is that you can actually do all of this within the Dubb platform. So that we're just absolutely thrilled for that. So I want to just jump into this, is like, you might be thinking, okay, but what do I say in these follow-ups, right? What do I actually say and in what order? And this is the question you want to ask yourself. What would you say if you were in person? What would you say if you were in a coffee shop? What would you say to this person if you were actually with them? And that's the part where people mess up, because they get on camera and they act like a completely different person. You act like a news anchor when you really just need to be a friend, or you really just need to be ready to serve. You just need to have bullet points and a desire to serve, which is why you can incorporate the 4 story types, mix and match them, put them in your sequence, use the story arc to tell stories that will convert. And this could be an entirely different training, but you're going to want to cover the light bulb moments. These are also, in Russell Brunson's world, known as the big dominoes. This is, what can you tell them that will help open their mind and turn that light bulb on about why you do the things you do for your framework, your methodology, and the way you approach what you're offering, because you are unique in how you deliver that. What in the outer world can you express that shows that your approach, process, product, or whatnot is getting success for people in the outer world out there? And then inner world, a lot of people miss this. What can you help do to turn on light bulbs for people that says, I can do this, right? Those little gremlins in our heads that put that self-doubt in us, right? Like, you guys ever experienced that? This is what you want to do. And so once you do that, once you put them together in a very simple automation, then you measure and adjust. And you say, hey, if this one got a 55% watch rate or a 41% click rates, then we switch them around. And the reality is that with videos in these campaigns, sometimes it's as much as 10x. So if you see here, email click rates at 18%, the average click of an email, right? Only about 20% of people ever open an email. The average email click rate is like 2 to 3%. So you can see I have 18 in my account. Lynn, you wanted to tell me how much you have got going on?
42% in my Dubb account for life. Like the whole time I've had my account, wow. 42%.
I had to turn on my mic for that. That is wow. That is pretty super high.
Yeah. So massive. So if you want to beat the industry click-through rates, that's what Dubb has created. That's what this process is all about. The truth to the big 3 automations that you need to scale your efforts, right? We talked about the biggest misconceptions, but the truth is that automations are only complicated if you make them complicated. I actually remember getting on Zoom with Darius and going, so how do I do this here? And then if, then that, and then this, and he just goes, let me show you the most successful automation that Dubb has. And it was just like, send a message, wait, send a message, wait, send a message, wait. And so that brought me back to my whole philosophy around simple. And it's more of what we say than the complications behind the scenes, because complications is going to slow us down. And the other truth is that with personalized feedback, you can create the follow-up messages that are unique to your voice. It's not about having a script, okay? And how many times have you known what to do? Like, I saw some things in the chat where people are just like, just tell me what to do. How many times have you known what to do, but you've not actually done it? And how many times have you wanted to bounce an idea off of somebody, but you didn't know where to turn, right? So that's what this part is about. And by doing this, we wanted to share with you the story of Jessica. She booked 20 discovery calls. She closed 5 figures in sales, and she finally stopped being completely reliant on other people to write in her voice. And she built her automations with ease. And what this looked like, I'll show you in just a second, was that we actually sketched out what stories from her story bank could be told in a way that would get people to take more action after her live events. And in follow-ups, that now people, when they get on sales calls with her, they're going, I feel like I know you. You have 4 kids, I have 4 kids. I love your story. I feel like a fan of yours. I'm really excited to have this call right now. And it shifted when she implemented this process and having these little mini video funnels that's now actually booking more calls on her calendar. So to recap, this is what we promised we would cover, is the mini video formula for fast and simple sales. Remember, we told you as an attendance bonus, we'll actually be giving you a way to get going on that even faster. Number 2, what to actually say on video to generate sales. So I hope you took some notes from that Kismet Story Arc, which will also have a cheat sheet for you at the end of the presentation, and the big 3 automations you need to scale your efforts. So those big 3 circles that I cannot reiterate more. So if you just keep it simple and take action on that, you've got assets for your business for a long, long time. So I'm wondering, with your permission, can we show you a solution that would actually make this easier and faster? Okay, and it may not be for everybody, but can we show you a way that you can get more quality leads? You can craft messaging that's not scripted, and you don't sound like a robot. It's actually easy to create. It sounds like you, right? And have a sales system that's repeatable. Get yourself to those 30K months before you confuse and muddle the fact of trying to get, massive checklists and weeks and weeks and weeks on end, and actually go out there and land those sales. So thank you. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Yes, 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 definitely have our permission. Smiley faces, 100%. Love that. Okay, and I really need to ask this because I care so deeply in my bones. Lynn knows this, but I lose sleep over wanting to help people actually go do this and feel supported every step of the way. But who wants to do this right now? We're in January of 2022. Who wants this year to be your best year in life or business? Like, who wants it now? I want it now. I want it now for you. It's already happening for us. And I want you to feel that. Oh, I'm getting chills. Amazing. I'm saying, yes, definitely 2022. Yes, I want it now. Ready. I do. I'm in by this afternoon. Yes. Where do I sign up? I love that now. And the emojis coming through. Yeah, I feel it. Let's go. 2022 is going to be a massive year. You guys know it's the year of the water tiger in Chinese astrology. We're about to lift off. We're about to blast off. So I'm really excited. And it really kind of leaves you with this sense of, can you do it alone? Yes, absolutely. And in fact, we're going to make sure of it. Ruben and Darius and all of us are going to make sure of it, that you'd always have the trainings you need to do this, implement it, and do it on your own. Or you can do it together with a group and get that personalized feedback and be a part of something bigger and actually really take action because you know you're showing up and having that accountability. So if that option feels like you, I do want to offer this to you. We want to offer this to you because we put it together and we work tirelessly to make sure that this can help as many people who it's a good fit for as possible. So this is the Kismet Story Selling Mastermind. Kismet is the story arc. It's also destiny for you to be an attractor of the kind of sales, the kind of clients, the kind of customers you want in your business, and to actually go take that effort to create your destiny by design instead of willy-nilly floating through life. This is about really taking charge of what you want. Our goal for you is to 2 to 10 extra revenues in the next 90 days, depending on where you're at in business. And we're going to work with you personalized every step of the way. You're going to be creating mini video funnels. You're going to set up the big 3 automations. It's a sprint to create this in 90 days. And we have it mapped out step by step so that you can grow your sales while building long-term assets. So that beyond those 90 days, beyond the 12 weeks of training and accountability, you've got systems in place. And so this includes step-by-step how-tos to set up the technology, even within your existing funnel, your existing tech stack. I think we're one of the only groups that I've ever been a part of, and I've paid for a lot of them, the only mastermind that says, bring whatever other technology you have to us, and we'll show you how Dubb integrates with it. We'll show you how this can fit in to your model. And that's what we do and what we love. We have guides and frameworks to leverage to help you leverage the mini video funnels, right? And we take you through every step of the way with all of our resources, and then personalized sales coaching and marketing consulting for your messaging. I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's broken down into four components, if you will, so that it's kind of easy to understand. We've got the recorded trainings and the tech tutorials. We've got 6 milestone reviews, which means that you'll actually send us videos and we will send you back a comprehensive video reply personalized with personalized feedback for what you just created. And that all of that is already laid out. And then we have twice weekly mastermind calls where you get to jump on. Everybody has their camera on. I'll show you a graphic of that in just a second here. And then we have a community chat for Monday through Friday support at any time from your desktop or from your mobile phone. So again, this is our members area here. It walks through each step of the way. It's actually gamified. It's something we're really proud of. So you win points, you win badges. I'll show you that in a second. We've got 6 milestone reviews. Again, you submit the video that you've recorded. We will watch it in full. We'll give you back personalized feedback. We'll help you see how it connects to the larger picture. And then you can make those adjustments and keep moving on and growing your sales. And then we have the twice weekly mastermind and accountability calls. Looks like we lost a little graphic here. But this, I wanted to give you guys a variety of what it can look like. We all have our cameras on because we're here to rehearse. We're here to screen share. We're looking at the tech. That's a graphic of my iPad where we're actually mapping out an automation sequence specific to, in that case, Jessica's business. And we have the community chat that's at your fingertips Monday through Friday for that extra support. Really, I've been through so many programs that we're creating it this way so that you never feel like you're alone. And if it's cool with you, I'll just share with you our 6 sort of modules and our 6 milestone reviews so you can see what you'll be creating. For weeks 1 and 2, it's about the foundation, getting really clear on your offer. You may already be totally clear on your offer, but we have ways to put it into perspective for your buyers so that they say yes. So I hope that makes sense for you. You'll have tech empowerment. You'll have the whole platform set up and ready for you. So you can just hit record and you'll be recording your first videos. Your milestone review will be submitting an offer brief presentation, which you will use as an asset in your business to generate more sales. Weeks 3 to 4, and you'll earn your power badge. Weeks 3 to 4 is about story. So everything you need to know to master high converting story arcs and types. We go a lot deeper on those light bulb moments. We talk about the types. We set you up with your personalized game plan, including which social platform you're going to most focus on and having audience topics laid out. We even start doing a lot of visibility. Plus you have a whole story bank to draw from. And when you submit your legacy story for personalized feedback and review, you get your legacy badge because we know, as you guys said in the chat, a lot of you all are here to leave an actual impact on this planet. Weeks 5 and 6, you'll systematize. So that's when you're sketching and building your first opt-in funnel. We will also kind of refer to this as a profile funnel, and that's to start building your email list right from the get-go. Plus, you're going to be empowered to go, oh, I can create a funnel in 15 minutes instead of weeks on end, and I can do it by myself. And that's so empowering. I can't stress that enough. So we'll have your social profiles optimized. We're going to kick off a visibility challenge to increase your exposure and build your confidence by taking imperfect action and doing it together in a supportive community. And you're going to have your plan for your next 6 funnels at a minimum, so that you can start setting those up, right? And putting those multiple entry points in place to increase your sales. In weeks 7 through 8, we're gonna be focusing on everything you need to create your nurture or your prospecting follow-up automation series. And we're gonna tag and manage your contacts through your deal pipeline. We talk about CRMs using Dubb CRM or any other, like I said, any other tech stack you come in with and anything that they integrate with. Reviews and metrics, we're gonna actually look at what's working. What are people clicking on? What is happening in the background? Let's look at the analytics. We're going to process, have a process for you for writing compelling copy. I saw that come in. They were like, how do I write the email copy that actually nurtures this entire experience for people? So we go through that. And your milestone review to get your nurture badge is for having that prospecting sequence all mapped out. So you can build that. Weeks 9 and 10 is about optimizing. This is where you're using data-driven decisions to move forward in your efforts, and you're going to create your unique plan for onboarding new clients. Every business is different on how they want to onboard new clients. We're going to have some amazing ideas for you in that milestone review. When you get your leadership badge, we'll probably have a lot of good feedback for you to go, oh, I didn't think about that, or I didn't know you could automate that, or let's do that. And this will increase the client satisfaction as well as repeat buyers and your testimonials moving into weeks 11 and 12, which is your next level to get your impact badge. It's everything you need to know to create, write, and automate testimonial requests, referral requests, and upsell sequences. This is exactly what we've used to generate over 70% of our participants delivering a video testimonial. Who here could benefit from having some video testimonials? I see in the chat, I'm already a Dubb user. Can I participate? Heck yes, absolutely, 1000%. You're already a step ahead. And if you're not a Dubb user already, you will be through this program because it is a fundamental tool for us. And right here, when you submit for your milestone review, your next boarding sequence, that's when you'll get your impact badge. I know there were a lot more questions that I might have been moving so fast I haven't seen, so we're gonna open this up for Q&A, but I just wanted you guys to see what we're doing to make this such a comprehensive experience. We've got 11 badges in totals, including the tenacity badge, which Lynn knocked out of the water. That's for recording your first 100 videos. You think you can't, but you can, and it becomes more easy and it builds your business. And then we've got 5K, 10K, 25K, and 100K revenue badges because we really, really want to encourage you to go out there and get sales, right? That's the whole point. And you've seen that Michelle made $31,000. You've seen some really big wins, but I want to bring it back down. This is Dawn. Dawn works in a kind of a sleepy town in Iowa. She was overwhelmed with networking and trying to make offers, but she felt really salesy and spammy. And she was blogging relentlessly. She had no way to monetize her website. She called me up and said, "Can you fix this thing on my WordPress?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. But also, how are you making sales?" And she now says that she's no longer held up on the perfect copy. She's connecting with her audience. And this was almost a year ago. She said she made $1,500 on her first ever online course. That was the first time she really made an offer. Oh, cool. Brooks says, "I'm running out of time. What's the price?" I have to tell you the story about Sky really, really quick. Sky went from charging like $100 a session to selling 8 spots in her 2.5K program. That's $20,000 of sales while she was enjoying less time working during her pregnancy by using this and by putting in the video assets we have in place, right? She didn't need to spend. She kept talking about having to like have this robust Instagram strategy. She got to step away from that and actually just use mini video funnels. And her quote was, "The program sells itself," because people were watching a video, they were already pre-framed and ready to go. And she went from $100 a client to over $2,500. So all the things I just showed you guys, I know you're used to seeing this, but we also wanted to add in some bonuses because this is over and above what we just talked about. We've got bonus number 1, which is easy peasy branding and design trainings. Bonus number 2, which is the link in bio workshop. This is also called a bio link in Dubb land. We call it a video tree. It's going to blow your mind of how you can generate passive income from your social media featured profile link. Bonus number 3 is our AI video accelerator training. We're actually going to show you easy ways you can create videos using artificial intelligence. It's next level. It's amazing. And bonus number 4, you're going to have a YouTube ads amplifier workshop. All these bonus resources are also, we're going to be through our partnership with Dubb Academy. What Darius and Ruben have offered are unique bonus resources with the Dubb Academy tutorials, all the latest information on how to set up their platform and optimize it, plus discounts on all new accounts. So we're pretty excited about that. The mastermind calls start Tuesday, January 25th, because there's no time like Carpe Diem. This is exactly what we wanted to do. Patricia says, "Does this work in a sort of evergreen format?" Absolutely. We thought we could go a step further as well and kick you off with some live in-person action taking workshops. There's nothing worse than joining a mastermind and just feeling like, where do I go? How do I get started? So we're going to start right away with a live workshop. If you can't make it, it will be recorded. It's our tech setup party. Yes, we're going to have fun. We like to have fun here. And so we'll be setting up the technology. The second fast action bonus we have that's going to end Friday at midnight is the live action taking bonus workshop for offer clarity. Again, you may think that you're clear, but this is going to set you up to get your power badge by having a presentation and a video asset in place that you can use to make sales for months, if not years to come. This is everything that's included. The 24 mastermind consulting calls, that's twice weekly, 6 milestone reviews where we personally get back to you, Monday through Friday support in our community chat, which is not a Facebook group. It's actually way more dialed in. So you can stay focused and not be distracted. Not that there's anything wrong with Facebook, but it's our own private space. It's all of our storytelling frameworks and our funnel training videos, tech tutorials, the 4 bonuses I just mentioned that I breezed through. I went through so fast, but helping you design and brand slides that you need, our easy peasy branding training, our link in bio workshop, our AI video accelerator training, and our YouTube ads amplifier workshop. Plus, you get the fast action bonuses of the tech setup party so that you're not confused at all on the tech, and you get the offer clarity workshop. I believe this is all a value of around $88.91. The standard price, and this isn't fake at all. I've got a coach that I've hired who says this needs to be a $5,000 program. And I said, you know what, I'll feel really confident at when we sell it at $4,000, because the average graduate class at the University of Southern California, where I got my master's, was $4,400. And some of them were so horrible and taught me nothing about business that I know. With what we've created here, this is a no-brainer. If you have a service or a product and you know that you have an average customer value that you can get an ROI, to me, this is a no-brainer because you're going to have systems in place. And again, this is what we're offering you here, and we're doing today's price of $19.97. This will be one of the last times that anybody ever sees this price, because I've already been told, Paige, feet to the fire, this is way too valuable for this price. And we're offering it today because we're super, super honored to be here and to help support Dubb users, because Dubb has completely changed my life. I think I can speak for Lynn. Yeah, she's a thumbs up. It's changed Lynn's life. And so that's what we're doing today. And today's price is $19.97 or 3 payments of $7.97 if you want to go on that payment plan. As soon as you enroll, you're going to get immediate access. And more so, and Lynn, if you can drop the link, thank you. So Lynn just dropped the link in the chat. More so, we really want to express this, that it's really easy when you're alone to not actually do the things that are most important and revenue generating. And so our goal for you is that you build more than most in 12 weeks than most entrepreneurs do in 12 months. And we've seen it time and time again, because when you have a sales process, you're actually empowered to build, you're going to continue scaling. When you have the big three automated follow-ups, you have assets in place for the long term. And when you have accountability and support to stay consistent and bounce ideas off of, that's when you actually go do it. Because again, it's one thing to know it, it's a whole nother thing to do it. And then you're going to have a growing email list and 2 to 10 extra revenues, depending on where you're at in your business. So I see some hands raising. We're excited to jump into Q&A. What I want to express to you is that if you feel in your heart like you know you need to do this, and you know you want to move faster than other entrepreneurs in your space, you know you want to set these things up, you know you want to get out of your own way, you want the support and the frameworks to do it, then please enroll now. A lot of folks are asking, how long is this offer good for? You will find on the enrollment page that this offer has a countdown timer on it. Lynn, are we seeing the enrollment page right here? This offer as is 2 days and 10 hours. I encourage you, if this is really what you want to do it now. Because have you ever been a part of something that you think, wow, I'm going to be seen, I'm going to be heard, I'm going to get help, I'm going to get support, and you jump in there and there's like 10,000 people, and you're just a number in a like fly on the wall, and you don't have any actual support? Yeah, Lynn, yeah, me too. I've even had things where people are like, I will give you all my attention, and I'll respond to you, and I'll review all your stuff, and then they don't. And that's so. I will say that even though there's 2 days and 10 hours on this countdown timer, and we're going to be sending out the replay, there are more people on this call than we can possibly let in, because our hearts are so big. So it's going to be whichever happens first, when we cap enrollments or when this countdown timer hits 0 is basically what's going on. And so I encourage you to enroll now. Lynn, will you put that link in the chat again? And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up for more questions. And like I said, you're going to get immediate access to our membership area, which is going to take you every step of the way. You're going to start joining us on our calls. And our hope for you is that you're going to be one of our next case studies. So yeah, that's that link right here, in case you guys need to see it to join now. So Ruben and Darius, do you guys have any thoughts or notions on this? And then we'd love to answer some questions.
And
Yeah,
Paige, I'm going to also put in the chat the link to the handouts that we promised for folks who stayed, right?
Thank you so much. Yes, so your
Yes.
live attendance bonuses, you can grab those. Thank you all for staying.
This is awesome. Thank you, Paige. Now, I mean, if you guys have stayed through this far, this is really, this offer does not come around, and she is not joking on the sensitivity of it. Go out there, look at a course anywhere else. You're going to pay thousands, $10,000+ for the level of support that we're getting in. Really, she shouldn't be offering it at this price. So I really thank her for allowing her to do that, and giving you guys this opportunity as well. So once we got 2 days, maybe less, for those of you that were wondering, it may fill up very sooner than 2 days. So act now. Really, that would be my advice. And we did have some questions. I saw some stuff in Q&A, some stuff in the chat. So I asked as many people to put them in the Q&A as I could, but we'll kind of scroll back and forth here in the questions. Moving forward now, if you could put them in the Q&A, that will be very helpful. But we'll kind of go back and forth here. There were a couple in the Q&A or in the chat we wanted to answer. So,
And then we also have a special offer to get everyone a paid account to Dubb. Darius, if you could share that special kind of promo code that we created just for this webinar with Paige and Lynn, that would be great. I think it was.
So anyone that is not already a Dubb subscriber, we had a couple questions. If I'm AppSumo, if I'm a paying Dubb user, this is not pertaining to you. If you're not a Dubb user yet, you don't have a paid Dubb account, we have a special code, Mini22, for mini video funnels. Mini22 is going to give you 50% off your first 2 months. There you go. Ruben dropped it in there. And again, this is for people that don't already have a Dubb account. You're looking to dive in. This will give you access to the tool at a special rate. We know that this combined with the program, within 2 months, you will have paid for itself if you follow the directions here in the program. So that's the option for brand new Dubb people. If you're a free trialer or not on a paid account yet, or don't have an account, mini 22. Lowercase, sorry, Ruben, you got the uppercase there. This is the lowercase, all lowercase, mini 22. And Nan, with an AppSumo account, will you still, no, you have an account. If you have an account, you're good to go. The only question there is, Nan, if you have enough codes on your account to unlock automation. That is a part of the course here, as you saw, and the masterclass incorporates automations. So if you do not have automations in your AppSumo account, which is 3 codes, you can add automation to your account as a subscription. It's an add-on.
Yep, and we will highly recommend that. That's great, Darius. Thanks for doing that. And to you and Ruben, just thank you so much for creating this experience.
Absolutely. We know that we can provide all the technology, but really it's the support, it's the help. It's when people get in there and use it that all the success is achieved. Now we're really lucky. Some people have done this without your guys' support, right? Without the whole course, they've gone in there and done the bare bones and gotten videos out there and achieved some really great success. But it's difficult. We know that step of doing all this information, building these things, not having the guidance and the review, it's critical for success. If you haven't done it already, like if you've been a Dubb user and you haven't gotten this far, what's been preventing you? And this is going to help you get over anything you're facing. So, mortgage specialists, yes, absolutely. We have some mortgage specific training, and in fact, everything we talked about here, the masterclass we're providing, this is not for one specific type of person. Right. This is going to work for anyone in any type of business, whether you're B2C, B2B. It literally does not make any difference, because the idea of using a story to communicate is timeless. It circumvents all limitations and industries. It's going to work everywhere. I mean, you can look at our testimonials as well. We have people from literally every industry, every vertical, every persona that succeeded with video messaging. So do we have specific ideas for mortgage? Yes, we actually have some training videos out there just for Dubb, how to use Dubb for mortgage. Very, very similar to real estate. We have some very powerful assets there as well. But again, these are high level. Here's the ideas. This is not that step-by-step that you'd be getting here. So yes, there are tons of resources for ideas, but when you actually need to get in there and do the things step by step, and if you need the support, this is the resource for you.
Yeah, 100%. That's really what our calls and our support and our review process is about, is to get specific on your business and to lead your messaging and take stories from your brand and put those into there. So 100%. I actually didn't mention this, but I have one of my masters is in urban planning with a focus on real estate. So we've had quite a few real estate clients come through Kismet Ideas. Would love to work with you. So excited to have you enroll if it feels like a great fit. Hey, you guys, if we've missed a question, I just want to say, put it in now.
Yeah. If we missed it earlier, exactly. Repeat it. Yeah. Please put it into the Q&A. The chat was going crazy earlier and some of the questions got lost. Brooks, I talked to someone to make sure my business is appropriate for this. Anyone that is on the fence or anything like any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of us. Questions specific for the program. Paige and Lynn, do you guys want to put your contacts in here? We're going to be sending anyone that registered for this webinar will be getting some information sent to them after, and they can feel free to respond to that. We'll also, as I mentioned, put Paige and Lynn's contact information here. Any information you guys or any questions you have, don't hesitate to reach out. Brooks, we can reach out to you specifically. And then if anyone else wants to respond to the emails that are going to be sent here directly to us, any channel you guys have questions on, chat, email, Facebook, literally anywhere, don't hesitate to ask, and we're going to get you taken care of in very short order.
Yeah, sincerely. But we're going to meet you where you're at. That's why we're creating what we're creating. If you feel it's more about a sense of resonance, if you're like, hey, I need this, I need to take action, enroll now, because when the enrollment caps, there's not much we can do. but enroll now, and then we get to work with you personally. So that's why we're keeping it small. What else did I want to mention? I see this question from Larry. How does this apply to e-commerce product sales with lower dollar price points? That's a really good example. So far, we've worked with e-commerce. One of the examples I showed was Ashley with Fungi House. Her product sells at an average price point of about 60 to 80. Certainly, you're going to get faster ROI if you're selling, $1,000 plus service. But we also have a gentleman who sells coffee. You just need to come in with the expectation, knowing that you're building infrastructure for the long term, and it's going to take you a little bit longer with smaller price points and smaller profit margins to see that ROI, right? But there will be, you have to have your expectations aligned.
Yeah, Paige, I want to say about that too, when it comes to e-commerce, when it comes to mortgage, right? We're talking about things that can be seen as commodities, right? There's a lot of high competition in the e-commerce world. There's certainly a lot of competition in the mortgage industry. And anytime you would do better by building relationships in your business, that is what you will see done more fruitfully, more effectively, more authentically by using this system than any way I know to tell you.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, for Fungi House, we're using it for direct to consumer to build repeat customers. I think every single business needs video. So if you want to strategize on where and how and what to say on those videos and how to put them in place, then that's what this is about.
Right. Join us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the place to do it. The place I think about, we had a question about whether we have folks in the nutrition wellness industry, med spa, nutrition wellness. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We have a good bit of experience in that industry. You want to say anything about that, Paige?
We've got formally trained doctors. We've got functional health medicine practitioners, folks that also kind of specialize in yoga, worked with body workers and energy healers. Absolutely. That's very relationship driven. And if you're not doing as much in person, you want to increase online sales, we'd love to help you. Pierre says, I'm still digesting another video program. I should be done by March 31st. Can I still sign up with the price offered today at that point? No, we can't honor the price, but what we could do is we could stagger start your start date. So if you wanted to jump in now at this price and then say, hey, I want to start at the end of March, we could do that. Yeah.
So pretty much, yes, Pierre. And that's the awesome offer there. So you get it now and then come in on the next one when you're done with your current program. That's awesome.
Yeah. Paige, Nan asked, will the mastermind help to price a program or suggest ways to improve it to make it worth more? Nan, we work a lot with our clients on their offer clarity.
Yeah.
And so Paige, talk a little bit about how the beginning of the program takes a look at offer clarity.
Yeah, we go in deep. I'd say the number one thing that we can help people do is to raise their prices. And if you guys saw, where is she? She's got such a sweet face. Sky.
From $100 to $2.5 grand. Like that, that's the testimonial there of how to price your product.
Yeah. And she's in the space of sexual trauma coaching and healing, right? Like super niched. She was very concerned that people wouldn't pay a larger price. And I said, they're not going to pay a larger price if we just throw it at them. When we explain and express the value, that's where she wrote, you see that quote, the program sells itself. She sends off a video that we created called the offer brief, and that is actually part of module 1. So in module 1, and that's why we're kicking off with this fast action bonus for the offer clarity workshop. So join now because it's actually happening next week live, and then we just get to deep dive into that, but it's all laid out in module 1 so that you feel really confident of how your offer is packed. I mean, think about it here. You guys wouldn't even know what you were signing up for if we weren't clear on what we're offering and how it's formatted. So that's absolutely something we can help you. If you already have a lot of confidence and you have a proven offer and you're just thinking, I just really need to figure out how to implement video and automate parts of the follow-up and get a really good really good voices to bounce this off of. I want the sales consulting and the marketing consulting to figure out how to weave this stuff in. That's more like our client Jessica, who came with a proven offer already, a weight loss reset program. And then she worked with us to bounce ideas off of so that she built out all the automated follow-up. And that's now what's booking more calls. And the super sweet things that she says that people are now fans of hers when they show up on the calls. So that's super fun as well.
Yeah. So Marlon asked, how does it work if you have more than one product offer, Paige? So that's a great question, Marlon.
Yeah, that is a really great question. Well, for an offer ladder or value ladder, right, that you hear often, so you have multiple offers, you really want these systems in place for each offer. So what we highly recommend is to go super deep on one offer. It doesn't mean you're not making the other offers, but to actually create the big 3 automations for one offer, and then we can move on to the next. So we can help kind of facilitate that and help you figure out which direction you're going based on your revenue goals.
Barbara
Absolutely.
had one. How big will the group be? Potentially.
Yeah, excellent
Yeah,
question, because
really
that's what I talked about, not having way too many people.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna figure this out, how big the group will be. The group is currently 20 active members. We're gonna cap this, I feel like, well below that. And it's gonna be based off the type of people who come in and join us. And then what Lynn and I have always talked about, because we really, really, really care, is that we have 2 calls per week. And when we hit around like 30 people on a call, we're actually going to create a whole new cohort. So we're not going to let it become this routine of showing up and not actually being able to ask your questions. Plus you have Monday through Friday support. So yeah, long story short, the group's going to remain small by design, because that's the level of consulting support we want to give you. I'm actually taking this model of learning what people are doing in their masterminds and then learning what we were able to accomplish with my one-on-one consulting clients. We're bringing it into this group model. So I think that answers the question. Lynn, did you have anything to add on that?
No, absolutely. I think, what you need to understand is that we're here to support the people in our program, not to build one of those programs with 1,000 people that you can never get a question in.
Yeah.
We've been there, done that ourselves, and that's not who we are. We have a heart for knowing the people in our program and getting to know what they're working on so that we can actually be sales and marketing consultants for your business. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A couple of questions here too. I know, Michael, you had a question about realtors. As Paige mentioned, they have some very specific experience working with real estate. She has a master's in real estate planning. So, and worked specifically with realtors and real estate teams. We have a ton of off the shelf training, as well as the custom things that Paige will provide in the course. So Gary, your same question, luxury real estate market, exactly the same answer here. They do have extensive experience working with different brands or different levels of realtors, right? Buyers, sellers, and luxury. So
yeah,
absolutely.
we have a client right now. We're printing QR codes on trailers and putting them in the MLS listings, and then, setting up follow-up for leads, setting up those prospecting automations.
Awesome. Anita, how long do you have access to the modules? Are they recorded if I can't make a session or in another time zone?
Yeah, 100%. The live calls are meant to be 12 weeks. So there's twice a week, which is 24 calls. The milestone reviews are really meant to be done within that time frame. We don't want you to we're not helping you get things done if we let you take forever. So there will be a little element of nudging you to keep going, but it's at your time, at your pace, and you'll have permanent access to all the trainings and tutorials and all the resource checklists, everything like that. The members area will be yours to keep. We also have opportunities. I wanted to mention, we have opportunities, and we have a certain number of people that continue on with us after those 12 weeks, but it's not, we gotta get that to that bridge first and to get you results, and then we'll figure out if it's a good fit from where to go from there.
Right.
Here's another one. Jimmy says, is this part of a traditional webinar to enrollment call funnel, or is this video to enrollment call? I mean, I can even take a stab at that one. I would say that there's formulas here depending upon how your business operates. If you are using a traditional webinar enrollment to a sales call, then this program would be based on that use case. That's part of this class, is it's really customized for your business. So if your business is a traditional webinar to sales call, then that's where these suggestions, recommendations, and practices are going to take place. If it is not, like ours is the opposite. Ours is we go from a pre-recorded video to a enrollment call or a sales call. So it all depends on how your business works, that how we're going to implement these strategies specifically.
Yeah. Yeah. You nailed it, Darius. And I think the real truth of the matter is I've probably sunk 20K into a program that said you only need this one type of funnel with this exact precise script. And I put all the energy and effort into it, and then I was completely worn out. The reality of how any online business is scaling with any kind of funnel is that they're testing and tweaking. And so we keep that energy, and we show you all the frameworks, and we talk about what's specific for you to focus on first. And then we look at the analytics and go, okay, let's go. You've got that energy of the group. Now let's record this. Or have you thought about saying it that way? Or what if we put this to qualify them ahead of that? And then you go and record and set that up, and then we test new things.
Troy had a question in the Q&A. For automations, I think, Troy, what you're asking is, do we recommend embedded text personalization or pre-recorded, custom recorded short clip? Dubb supports several options. So that depends. What I would say is the
right.
answer.
Yeah, no, I was going to say too, this is really at a high level, what I would recommend is as much personalization as possible, right? We give you the features to add first names on the thumbnails and the bodies. So adding as much personalization is going to be key there. But again, it's going to come down to your specific use cases. Like if you're in a high ticket situation, this is going to probably justify you creating custom content for those leads. Whereas if you're got a whole automated system, maybe it's a lower ticket offer and these people don't need custom follow-ups or sales calls, then you could build an entirely different type of automation where people are self-serving. So really will come down to the specifics of your business, your offer, your deal sizes, lots of variables there that are going to determine the best way to build both your automations and your one-to-one outreaches, your prospecting methods.
Yeah. That's why we're capping call sizes and capping enrollment overall, because I mean, Lynn and I spend hours on the call supporting through Zoom meetings and video and direct interaction and sketching new ideas and talking it out with our clients. We also spend hours behind the scenes talking about each and every single client and how we can help them get the best results. Plus, we're reaching out on the community chat to help you with fresh ideas, to help you implement, to help you take action. And then the entire course is laid out step by step. So it's really all by design, because I'm sort of obsessed right now with making sure that clients have results. And it's just really important to me that we know everybody. It's one of the reasons too why we're raising our prices, is because we are going to be only enrolling people on invitation only moving forward, because it is about the power of the community. And so it really is about who's in that program. And I have a feeling if you're here, this is why we're doing it specific for Dubb's audience. If you're here, then you're that type of person, especially if you're here right now. Like if you're still here with us live, jump in. Like something says this is what you want to do. You want to go for it. You want to get those videos set up. You want to have them reviewed. You want the feedback. You want the community. That's exactly why we've created this. And this is the last time that we're offering it like this through our partnership with Dubb. Ruben, did you have some insights?
I actually wanted to ask you something, Paige. One time, I remember you and I having a conversation about, refunds and, what happens when someone requests a refund. And we've, as a company, Dubb, we've adopted a very, very lenient philosophy, because if someone's not satisfied and they're not getting the results, we just say, you know what, it's cool. Like, go on, it's fine. We'll be fine. You'll be fine. And we're very lenient about it. It's also because we just get so few requests. The times that we do are usually kind of extraneous situations that are outside of people's controls. I wanted to ask you, like, how do you handle, like, have you ever has anyone ever asked you for a refund? What does that look like? If someone's not satisfied after a month, have you ever even experienced that? Because you're so good at what you do that I can't even imagine anyone would do that. So I'd love to get some insight on that.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I don't want to even energize it. We've never had a refund request.
That's what I
Um,
thought.
I will go to the ends of the earth to make sure
Yeah,
that you're supported and served through this process.
right,
If we did, like knock on wood, I'm like, I don't even want to call that in. But if we
right,
did, and you've done the work and you've put it in, genuinely, I don't want to keep your money if you're not getting any results. Like,
right.
let's
But that
go. It's
doesn't happen. I
2022.
mean, right, exactly. It's like if you eat healthy and if you do push-ups and sit-ups every day for 30 days, you're going to feel completely different in a month. You know, it's the same thing when it comes to communicating with video. You just make it part of your process. You know, just take your vitamins every day, do your exercise, do your diet, and you'll totally feel a difference really, really soon. I feel the same way when it comes to using video, using automations, just changing the mindset, going from more kind of antiquated methods of communication, text-based, and now, communicating with synchronous and asynchronous and, speaking in bursts instead of rambling like how I'm doing now. So
No, it's so beautiful because it is that daily habitual practice. And I
yeah,
just find that it's easier when you're surrounded by people because you can
yeah,
become a lawyer and take the LSAT without going to law school.
yeah,
But like, how many people are that diligent about doing it all on their own, right?
right,
Being in that classroom environment. And we've seen
yeah,
in 2020, I mean, the curve has been completely flattened on what online education looks like. And to me, this isn't education. This is like we're arm in arm. We're doing this together. This is
right,
this is like transformation almost is the way that I look at it. And so please don't join if you have any intent on refunding. Like join with your whole heart ready
yeah,
to go. Let's take some
Yeah.
action. But I do love that question. And if you've
yeah,
been thinking to yourself, man, I really know I need to show up on video, but I'm nervous or I freeze up on camera. Like that is precisely why we're here to help to get you into the habit because I believe your success is inevitable when you're able to tell stories and show up on camera and make concise offers.
Okay, a couple more questions here. Barbara, I'm in the SMS marketing business. Unlike other DIY platforms, we offer a full service design and implementation. Will this work for me? So yes, short answer is yes. The long answer is there. It sounds like you're in sort of an agency, and this is the bread and butter of not only Dubb, but of entrepreneurs in general. So if you're doing full service done for you things, this is typically a little bit higher ticket, right? We're not selling a $5 product. And this is perfect for what Dubb is about and what the program here is going to help you articulate your offer, build some automations, and make this whole process of what you're doing much easier. So yes, it is a perfect fit for that as well.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Darius. And then to Brian, yeah, absolutely. If you're using a different software for your automated outreach, we'll figure out how to merge the two. I love this question from Tora. Currently, I don't have any sales system in place for my real estate business. To take advantage of this training, what do I have to put in place first? For example, a website, a CRM, social media accounts, etc. Wow, I love this question because I kind of equate it to feeling like you need to put a website in place before you do this program is like thinking you need to get in shape before you join a gym membership. This program is about bypassing all of that and just getting you straight to sales. So no, you don't need a website. We cover CRM conversations, so you can do that with us. Will you want any social media accounts? Yeah, those are super easy to set up. Well, you'll get in the program and go, oh, that's where I want to focus. I want to be focused on LinkedIn or YouTube or whatnot. And then you'll set that up. That's a no-brainer. So no, you don't need anything in advance. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. And Nan asked, can this be done in the 12 weeks with only about 3 to 4 hours a day? And Nan, here's what I want to say. Every human being is a little different. Every business comes to us with a different place where they are in their business. Generally, I want to say a big heck yes to that because remember, simple, remember like a lot of support. And one of the things we haven't talked about a lot today that I think is super important is the support and the video review and all of that stuff doesn't just come from Paige and me. We have a community platform where everybody who's in the course together can interact and react and support each other and give feedback. So it really is we're in this together feeling. That's the energy of the whole thing. And I'll tell you, what you can get done by yourself is a whole different story than what you can get done inside a mastermind, right? So that's just an important way to think about it.
I want to add on to that just a little
Yeah.
bit, Lynn, because it's such a great question. A lot of people think they need to have a website before they go make sales. And when we met, you were scrambling on your Wix website, trying to do it yourself or hiring somebody on Fiverr. And I remember you asked me, can I just get rid of that? Can I just scrap that and let that go and just focus on what you're talking about? And I said, yes. And I mean, lo and behold, now it's like, it's actually simpler sales than a website, because if you think about a website, they land there, they got to figure out what to click on, they don't know where to go next, and this actually makes it easier. Am I saying that you never want a website of any kind? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like this is a great place to start building those systems that you can then expand upon and build out from, because we get that question. I think it's a powerful question. And especially for real estate, you could run a really sizable real estate business just with Dubb alone, because of the magic of what these guys have created. This platform alone, it's like a Swiss Army knife. You'd be out there just like screw driving things and I don't know, tweezing things, and what else is on a Swiss Army, cutting things. The possibilities are limitless, and we're here to show you that and open up that world for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Michael took that a step farther, that question that Tura asked a minute ago. What if you don't have a large following on Facebook or a large email list and of potential prospects? Can we start with this program from the beginning?
Yeah. Oh, this is a fantastic question. I think my question back is, what else would you start with? I love this idea of like, I'm here to announce myself. I'm here to show up in the world and say I have this to offer. This is, in my opinion, the absolute best way to do that. Is you not only just show up to say, hey, I have this to offer, but you have these systems in place that people can click the next button and they take the next part of the journey with you as a potential client. Because I used to think, and there was a lot of people online talking about like the shiny, simple bullet. I listened to a webinar the other day and they go, you don't have to do a thing. Right. Yes, you have to do a thing. You got to do something. And this is probably one of the most simple ways that you could do it, with an actual proven process for telling stories that convert. So I love that question, Michael. Yes, if you feel like you've got something to show up and announce and you want to do it arm in arm, and then you want to have funnels and automations on the back end, that's what we're here to do in the simplest way possible. We will not be asking you to get 25 different software to plug it all in together like we used to do for clients.
Absolutely. Tura said, I need to get buy-in from my partner. Can you share the course outline so I can show her? Yeah, we're going to be sending out an email with the shorter part of the offer, as well as there will be access to the whole webinar today. From today, we'll be getting that out ASAP.
Yep. As soon as
I wanted to chime in, if it's okay, and kind of share a little bit of a revelation that I've had over the last so many years now, building up Dubb. And it's really, it really comes down to the idea that people have three fears. There's a fear of the past, a fear of the present, and a fear of the future. And these are the three most guttural fears that we all share. If you think about why we have fear of the past, it's because of trauma. It's because of things that we've gone through in our personal and our professional lives, failures, relationships. If you think about the fear of the present, it's being present. It's one of the most difficult things that we do in existence right now. It's being present. That's why we're all talking about, mindfulness and meditation and all these things. It's about being present. People are afraid of that. They want to constantly be consumed with noise and entertainment and Netflix. I just started watching Squid Games. My goodness. People are afraid of the present, being present, not being distracted. And then, of course, fear of the future, which is growth, which is evolving. If you really break down these three fears when it comes to this whole thing with video comm and story selling, it comes down to fear of insecurity, which is the past. You know, I am afraid of being on camera. I don't feel comfortable being recorded. I don't like doing selfie videos. You know, that comes from a fear of the past. You know, it's being rejected, people telling us that we don't look good, people telling us that we're not good looking or that our hair looks funny. That's a fear of the past. Fear of the present comes when you think about rejection. I do my outreach, I send my video to someone, I get ignored, I get rejected. That's fear of the present. And then the last fear, of course, is fear of the future, which is growth, which is learning technology. You know, how do I evolve and use technology and figure out how to build that automated workflow and go build a little campaign and send a broadcast SMS, you know? These three fears I'm here to share with the last couple of folks that we have in this room. I see 48. These three fears don't really exist. They're just a product of what our mind has created. Our goal is to have self-love and to say, yes, I can. And just to make the commitment of saying, I'm going to start to use video to communicate because I want to grow better, grow faster, provide more value, you know, be there for my family and scale as a human being. So please get over your fears because they don't really exist. Don't fear the past, don't fear the present, don't fear the future. Just do what's right for you right now. Whatever you're inspired to do, that's what we recommend that you do. So we don't care if you give us your money. That's not our goal here. Our goal is that you guys succeed. So if we can be a guide for that, we're here. If not, that's cool too. So thank you so much for this opportunity, guys.
Yeah.
One quick question there. Sorry, there's a thing from Larry. Could you comment on Dubb and how it differs from BombBomb and other video platforms? I can actually really quick. So any video platform out there, if you Google Dubb versus this platform, you're going to be shown YouTube videos and articles that will detail step by step how Dubb is going to be superior to anything out there. I can tell you at a high level, it's going to provide far more functionality than any other platform out there. Automatic closed captions, editing, playlists, funnels, automations. These are all features not included in something like BombBomb or Vidyard or any other tool. So first of all, feature set. Second of all, pricing. We're going to be more affordable than BombBomb or some of the other video tools out there. So more features, better price, better support. That's at a very high level. You can check out the articles, Google Dubb versus whatever other thing out there, and you're going to get a whole nice presentation of the differences there. So very transparent. We are going to beat the dirt out of the competition when it comes to video stuff. And we've made sure that this is personally something we've done. Every feature that's out there, we're going to have, plus a ton that nobody else does. So good question, Larry. You're safe.
Yeah, I want to say something to that too. My partner here, Paige Battcher, is the software nerd of the century. And I knew when I met her and understood the degree to which she has looked at everything. And when I say looked at everything, I mean in kind of a like comprehensive, incredible, I still can't believe she still looks at news. Like it's what she does for fun, y'all. So
I do.
I knew as the client, I knew that if she said this is the one go do, this was the one I was going to go do, and I didn't have to do all that. So yeah. Well,
Darius is 100% right. I knew it when I saw it. When I was a kid, my parents started a franchise called Future Kids. So the bookshelves of my childhood home were filled with software because my parents owned a computer company. And so since that day, I mean, since I was 12 or 14, building my first website with HTML, I've been addicted. A lot of people will Netflix and chill. I will software peruse and AppSumo my way to understanding what's new and fresh on the market. It's just something that I absolutely love. And I've logged into all of the competitors. I've got more emails and passwords on platforms than probably anyone. I'll rival anyone, the greatest list of different software. And what Dubb is doing is different than any other platform. I've known it from the beginning, and it just continues to get better. And to sort of sum up what Ruben said, I think it's so powerful because we can have the best tool on the planet. We can have this most amazing platform at our fingertips. We can even be grateful for the fact of how easy this technology is to connect with anybody in the world with a couple of pushes of buttons. And yet, if we don't believe in ourselves, then we go nowhere with it. And I've seen it so many times, and that's what all of us here have a heart for. So thank you, Ruben, for being that kind of human being, because it's why I'm so grateful and honored to be, even here in your presence.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
John Walters said, what if you don't have a face for video? And John, I just want to say, do you have a face for having a conversation with somebody?
You have a face for coffee shops.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have a face for coffee shops? Do you have a face? That's right.
You have a face. Yeah. If you have a face, you're good to go.
That's the fear of the past. That's trauma. Someone said something at some point and you made an agreement. That's a famous idea from the Don Miguel Ruiz book, The Four Agreements. When we make the agreement that we don't look good on video, that agreement stays with us for the rest of our life. And we actually believe that it's true, but it's a lie. We're living that lie based on trauma that something was said to us in the past. Fear of video, fear of being on camera, not having a face for video, that doesn't exist. Yeah. And I say that with all the love in the world, because I remember when I was starting out, and I would, copy, and it was difficult for me to be authentic. I was too tight, and then I started to loosen up, and, I had a hard drive filled with videos and I deleted them. And then I started to just feel comfortable. It took practice.
Absolutely, Ruben. I feel the same way. Like if you had told me 3 years ago that in a little over a year I was going to record 1,300 videos, I'd have said, what are you on? Because that is not reality. It's not happening. Right. No way, no how. And here I am, right? And so I really feel that, John. I feel that, and I don't want to make light of it at all, but I do want to say, if you can have a conversation in a coffee shop, you too can use this platform and do it. Pierre asked, I have thousands of emails of existing or past customers. Will I be able to import them into this system? Absolutely. Absolutely. You saw David Chavez earlier, one of our clients. He came in with about 12,000 on a list. And yeah, so no problem there.
Yeah. Thank you all for this.
I was going to say, someone raised their hand. I want to make sure I get that. It looks like the last one here. Rich, I think so. Where did it go? Sorry, I'm having two participants raise their hand. Jack, and it was a Rich, I think, right? Did the other one go? What do we got here? Jack, if you want to toss your question in the Q&A or the chat there, we can answer it for you ASAP. I saw a couple hands there. Sorry, guys. Wanted to make sure we answered them. We are coming up on the 2-hour mark. So if you have questions, let them rip right now. We're going to be sending recordings. We're going to be sending the offer, and you'll be able to respond to any of these with questions and stuff as well. But now's the best time because we're live. So if you had a hand up, toss them in there for me, and we can get you taken care of.
Yep. Oh, I love it. Thank you all so much for making this possible. I can't thank you enough for creating the software, and then to be able to show up here and help users. It's a dream. It really is. I've been waiting on this day, and I'm just incredibly honored and grateful.
So excited to have you too. This is awesome. I think it's going to be one of our best ones this year. It always is. I know the last one was awesome, and I think this one's the same. So
yeah. 2022, let's go, you guys. Well, if there aren't any more questions, enroll now. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Darius. Thank you to the whole team. Thank you, Lynn. Grateful.
Okay, one little technical. What's the problem when Dubb doesn't recognize the webcam? It likely means your Chrome browser doesn't have access your webcam. That's the most likely cause, is that your Chrome settings can't recognize. If you're accessing Dubb through Chrome, you'll need to make sure your Chrome has access to the webcam. So if you're on a Mac, you'll need to go into your system preferences, make sure Chrome has access to screen recording. If you're still having trouble, reach out to support@dubb.com and we can get you taken care of there as well.
I love it. We got to end it on #nerdlife right there.
Right.
All the technical stuff.
Extensions and settings and system preferences. Right.
Yep. We're here for it. 100%.
100%.
All right, let me round this out. Stop sharing my screen. Thank you.
Right. I want to thank everyone for attending today. Thank you so much. We had a wonderful group. Questions, everything was so wonderful. I really appreciate your guys' time. Paige, Lynn, Ruben, Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna go and play my congas now.
All right.
I'll close out with that.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Happy hump day, guys.